guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's look, to be honest, this is the look that I wore for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and today is actually New Year's Eve. This is what I'm wearing out tonight. We're not doing anything really party happy or crazy. I think we're getting old and kind of outgrowing it. We're actually bringing in the new year with the Germans. We're going to something downtown here in Cincinnati called Mecklenburg Gardens, and it starts around 4:30, and we party, listen to a live band, listen to polka music, and then bring in the new year our time at 6 p.m. but in Germany it is their midnight, which is pretty cool. It's something different. And then we get a big German dinner afterward, and then I think it's over at like 9, and then we're just going back to my parents' house and bringing in our new year, our midnight, and drinking it up and having a good time and not having to worry about taxis, not having to worry about Ubers, because I think that's the most pain in the ass thing. The surcharges are ridiculous. If you hear my dogs or people talking, it's because we're getting our new couch delivered. We got like a new rug yesterday, pillows, a new couch, and like a new little coffee table thing. We're redoing our living room. So back to this look. It's kind of, I guess, a rosy, rose, what the hell would you call this? I don't know. I used the new peach palette from Too Faced. Smells just like peaches. It's a great palette. I think it has great color payoff. And yeah, that's the palette that I've been using. I got it, I think, 2 days before Christmas, so it's the palette I've been using nonstop and playing with. But this is one of my favorite looks that I've been doing, so I hope you like it. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Happy New Year. I hope it is a great one. Be safe, partay it up, and I will see you next year. Have a good one, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. I hope it was a great one and that we all have goals and dreams and everything comes true for all of us in 2017. So to first get started, I'm going to start with my eyes and use the Too Faced new Sweet Peach palette. It is awesome, smells amazing, and my husband was laughing because he's like, why are they always coming out with these products that smell like food? And I'm like, I don't care if they do it. That's awesome. That's all I care about. So I first started by priming it with concealer and setting it with the white peach color in the palette. And now I'm going to use this light brownish shade just kind of as my transition color. I pretty much knew exactly what I was going to do when it came to this eye look because, like I had said, I've done this eye look 2 or 3 times prior and changed it up a little bit each time, but this is probably my most favorite way that I've done it. So continuing with the color Puree, I'm just taking it on a fluffy brush and blending it back and forth, mainly in my crease, using this as my transition shade since I'm going to go in with a darker color here in a second. I think this gives a great transition between all the colors in the palette because it is such a light brownish shade, and they are so blendable, guys. These shades and the creaminess of these, oh, they're just gorgeous color payoff. This might be one of my favorite palettes that I own, which is kind of crazy to say, but we'll see. I'm going to keep using it because I've only used it a couple times, 2-3 times. I can't say it's my favorite right now, but it is starting to become one of my favorites. So moving on, after using the color Puree, I'm going to use Summer Yum and put that on a blending brush right in my crease to define the crease a little bit more. And then taking the color Bellini, which is my favorite shade in this whole palette, I like to spray the brush with either a MAC Fix Plus or an Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, something that's going to make it pop just a little bit more. This is just one of my favorite ways of making a more, not a matte color, but a more like glittery color, glittery shades, something like that, just pop a little bit more. Sometimes I look so angry when I'm doing my makeup. I don't know why. Oh, what do you know? Look at that. My husband's so sweet. He said he was gonna go out and go to the store or whatever and get lunch, but I'm like a Red Bull freak, so of course he had to bring me a Red Bull, and I was so excited because I was pretty tired while filming this, so kind of got me awake, which I really like. This is something, now using the color cobbler, this is something different that I wanted to do, just to make the crease pop a little bit more, give it more definition. Taking that on just a small definer brush and putting it just in my crease, kind of like a little bit of a cut crease in a way. And then of course blending that out with a bigger, fluffier brush to make everything look better and have less harsh lines. And I do this by taking Summer Yum again on that same brush I used before to define the crease and blend those two together. After my eyeshadow, I'm going to curl my lashes and use the Salon Perfect Demi Wispies. These have been like my go-to lashes lately. I don't know why. They used to be the 615s by Salon Perfect, but right now these are my go-to lash. I love them. Now I'm going to give a coat of mascara and move right on to my face. The past couple of times that I've been doing my makeup, I've been using 2 different primers, which a lot of people would think that's ridiculous, which is fine. But I find that using the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer and using that just in my T-zone where I'm most oily has been, oh yes, sing it, sing, sing, sing. Love, I'm a music junkie, so I listen to music all the time. Music, dancing, singing, I love it. But anyway, back to makeup. I like to use that in my T-zone and then use the Professional just on my cheeks where I have my biggest skin problems and my biggest pores. And actually one of my favorite foundations is from the drugstore, the L'Oreal Pro Matte. That's just one of my favorite, has always been one of my favorite foundations to use, especially because I do have oily skin. Now I did start using a brush to buff it in, which sometimes is my favorite way to do it. I just find that sometimes it works with this brush and then sometimes it doesn't. So of course I had to move on to my beauty sponge because that's going to work every time, and I know it's going to work every time. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD concealer and just pack that on. I wanted a lot of concealer. I was tired. I was going out all night for New Year's. Well, kind of. Like I explained, I did the whole bringing in the Germany thing, but I did want to go a little heavier than usual. I mean, well, let's be for real. I always go pretty heavy on makeup. Like I'm an all or nothing kind of gal when it comes to my makeup. So once I get my pound of concealer blended in, of course I'm going to use my trusty Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder to set it. And now for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Kat Von D. I think it's the Lock-It powder. I don't know, I'll link it below. But this is another thing I've been doing, is setting the rest of my face with the powder with this brush. It does, for me, give more coverage. And of course, like I said, it was New Year's. I wanted to do like pounds and pounds of makeup, okay? Don't judge me. So moving on, I did kind of do a little bit of, I don't know, kind of baking, I guess, underneath of my eyes with that powder, just to catch any fallout. And basically, I'm going to use the same thing I used on the top part, which was Puree and Summer Yum, and just blend those two together. Summer Yum is my other favorite color, other favorite shade in this palette. I am a sucker. My phone's going off. I am a sucker when it comes to like rust shades, reddish tone shades. I love those. I think it complements blue eyes so well. So when I first seen this palette, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna love that. I definitely wanted my eyes to pop, so I used NYX's white liner for this in my waterline, and it just gives me a big doe-eyed effect when it comes to my eyes. Just makes my eyes look really, really big. I know some people, they wouldn't want to do that since they have big eyes already, but for me, I love the way this makes my eyes pop and just brightens the look up even more. Then I'm going to put a coat of mascara on my bottom lashes and move on to contouring. I don't know what happened. Oh, sorry, here I am wiping off that excess powder that I did have under my eyes. But when I filmed this, I don't know what happened. Some of it got cut out, or I was trying to find the footage, but I don't know what the heck happened. That's never happened to me before, but I'm going to heavily contour because, well, why not? It's New Year's. Let's just go ham when it comes to contouring. So I'm going to use my chocolate chocolate soleil bronzer from Too Faced, obviously, and then use 2 different blushes from the 9B Morphe blush palette. And now for highlights. I wanted to glow and glow and glow, and of course I had to use my Ofra Beverly Hills highlight and mix the 2 shades together. I had been using just the white, but I think the white is just so like bright white that it almost just was too much even for my skin tone. So mixing a couple of them together I think looks better, and is just more, well, I was gonna say natural, but natural is not the word to use when it comes to this highlighter. Moving on to lips, I'm going to line them with Milani's Nude. Is it Milani? Did I use Milani? Yes, Milani's Nude. Sorry, I was like looking at it while I was talking and making sure that I got it right. So I'm going to line my lips with that and then use Gerard Cosmetics lip gloss in Shimmer of Hope. I love their lip glosses. I love the formulas, and I think the lip glosses are worth the price. And then I'm going to set my face with the Ofra setting spray, and then I'm like, duh, Christy, you're missing something. Once I looked in the mirror, I'm like, I'm an idiot. Like, I've done this look like several times, and yet I forgot to do this. So what I'm doing here is taking that Ofra highlight that I just had and taking the white and putting that just basically in my inner corner and mixing it and blending it into the eyeshadow. But I mean, I'm packing it on. I'm packing this color on my eyes and on my brow bone, and just making the inner corners pop as well as my brow bone too. It just brings a look together. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you liked this look, and Happy New Year's again, and I will see you on my next video. Bye! Is that what she said?
There were nights when the wind was so cold. As a hero, if you look inside your heart, remember where
Alexa, next song. Alexa, next song. What is up with all these sad freaking songs? It's a freaking sad song. Alexa, next song.